Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the Gentle Yoga class. This week, we're going to be focusing on the theme of depth. And every week, I choose a different theme and I weave it into the class. And it's a really nice way to find an inner connection to our practice. So let's go ahead and get started. First, just find yourself in a nice, comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. You could be here, you might be sitting out here, but just make sure whatever you choose, you're sitting up. You could even be sitting on a blanket or a pillow. So we'll start with the hands out to the side. And once you've established that nice, tall spine, let's connect inward. So connect to pelvic floor, what we call mula, root, lock, mula bandha. Just a drawing in of that, all the muscles you're sitting on. And then above that, below the belly button, pull the belly in and up. And there's an energy of flying upward. We call that Uddiyana Bandha. It means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, we just draw the chin down. And we call that Jalandhara Bandha or chin lock. And that just seals in all of the energies of the bandhas. So now with the bandhas engaged, let's release the hands because we're fully supported. And we'll go deeper. We'll focus on the breath now. So as you inhale, feel the rib cage expand. And then as you exhale, you can feel the rib cage relax and draw together. Notice how deep can you breathe? Inhale. And how deep can you exhale? And then we'll do that one more time. Conscious breath. Inhale and exhale. And now we'll draw the hands together in prayer position by the heart, and I'll recite the inspirational quotes. To reach a great height, a person needs to have great depth. It's not the length of life, but the depth of life. Life is too deep for words, so don't try to describe it, just live it. On the surface, the water is turbulent, with waves crashing and winds howling, but deep beneath, the ocean is calm and undisturbed. So now let's go ahead and explore the depth of our practice. So we'll start by noticing how we're sitting on the floor. Let's maybe take the feet out, right? Just so you're making this nice diamond. And then take a moment to notice, let's curl back a little bit and that'll stretch the spine, but you want to really support the spine. And then inhale and sit way up. And notice, can you find the support from your low back? By finding the foundation of your pose, you'll go deeper into the pose. So you want to really make sure you're lifted here. And then once we've established that, let's go ahead and reach the arms. And now the arms are free to inhale, to go nice and deep, and exhale and reach out. And then we'll do that again. Big breath in, move with your breath. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale, reach. This time, keep reaching. We're going to take a side bend to the right, keeping that left arm reaching. Take the right hand down and start to almost like you're pulling the floor in towards you, engaging the muscles in that right side. And then we'll take the gaze down for a moment. Keep reaching the top arm, breathing. Inhale and exhale. I'm also drawing the right shoulder away from my right ear. Then I'm going to change the gaze. Gently just turn the head, maybe straight ahead. And if everything's feeling good and you want to, you could change your gaze up. I'm gazing down the nose and up. And reach a little bit more. And then inhale, rise up. And then we'll do that to the other side. So inhale, reach. Get really lengthened here. And then exhale, side bend to the left. We're going to really focus on rolling the left shoulder away from the left ear as you reach the right arm. And then we're going to pull. It's like you're pulling your hand in towards you, that left hand. And then we'll change the gaze down. And then just keep reaching that right arm as we change the gaze straight ahead. And then if everything's feeling good, keep gazing down the nose, but turn the head up reaching, pulling that floor towards you, and then inhale and rise up. And now we're going to change the seat. So let's take the legs over to the side and then come to all fours. And from here, we're going to come into some nice cat-cows. Just to let you know, I always practice with 2 blocks and a little towel, but this could be a yoga strap or an exercise band. Don't always use them, but it's always nice to have them. Let's come into some cat-cows now. So we'll inhale, start to arch the back, and then exhale. We're going to go ahead and round the spine and really pull the belly up as you do that. And then as you inhale and we start to arch the spine, you pull the shoulders down the back, lift the sternum, gazing down the nose, the head can lift up a little bit, and then exhale, round. One more round of this. Inhale, coming forward, moving with your breath, and exhale and rounding. Just notice what's going on in your spine today. We'll take the feet together, knees apart, and come into a child's pose. So we're trying to drop the tail down and reach towards the heels, and then reach the arms forward and relax the head down. And now just find length here. Take your butt down as far as it will go. This is where mine will go because I have osteoarthritis in my knees, and I just honor that. Breathing, so this is the depth of this pose, but it feels great. Inhale, breathing into the back body, and exhale. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. And then coming back to all fours. And then from here, we're just gonna walk the arms forward for a puppy pose, which just feels really nice in the chest and in the back. So reach the arms forward and you're trying to melt your chest down towards the floor. Just see how that feels. Trying to melt down. Just go as far as feels good in your body, and you can rest your head down if that feels okay. You could rest your head on a block if that was better. And then inhale, we're going to release this and we're going to come down to the floor for Sphinx pose. And once you're here, let's just take a moment to notice what's going on in the low back. So if your low back is overly arched and not supported by your front, it could look like this and it could feel uncomfortable. So let's take a moment to draw the tail under. So instead of arching back, we draw under. It's almost as though there's an energy pulling my pubic bone up to my heart, and I'm engaging right under the butt. And then let's go ahead and lie all the way down for a moment and see if you can find that and lift the belly. And now what happens if you lift your left leg? So it's like I'm reaching long but lifting up. And then try the other side. Long and lifting up, and the tail is still under. And now let's add the upper body. So let's lift both legs and see if you can press your hands down and lift up. And notice what's engaging. And then come down. And then from here, let's come to the Sphinx pose again. And just notice here, reestablish that tail under, pubic bone towards heart, and shoulders down and wide. And then just let your head arrive on the spine for a moment. And then see if you can keep all this. And maybe you can start to straighten your arms. You don't have to straighten them all the way. As much as you can, you got that nice arch in your back, but your tail is under and your low back is supported. And maybe you can gently gaze side to side, and then we'll come down. And then from here, we'll make our way back to all fours. And let's just take a moment to come back into one of those cat-cows. So this time, let's tuck the toes under. Inhale, arch the back. It just helps me feel a little bit more lift when I do that with the toes around. And then come to neutral. And now we're going to come into Virasana. So the knees will come together. And I'm going to use blocks, but you could use a bolster or blankets, or maybe you don't need to. Some people do this pose quite easily. That's fine. I'm going to find some space right in the back of my knees, because that's where I need it. That's where I need the support. Like I said, I have osteoarthritis in my knees, so I honor that. But when I do it here, I can go to my depth. This is the depth of my Virasana, my pose, and it feels really good. So while we're here, sit up really tall, and let's take Yana Mudra, where the index finger and the thumb come together, and it's your inspiration and your intuition joining. And just take a moment to sit and go to that depth and breathe. So we're connecting the breath with the posture, and then just focusing on only your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And notice how you can come to a sense of calm when you do that. And now, just letting the eyes open, let's reach the arms up. And let's take this into a back bend. So lift up high and really see if you can lift that sternum. Lift the sternum, pull the belly in and up. If you can, join your hands, but it's fine to be apart if that's better for your shoulders. But lift up to go back and see where you go. See where you go with this. Breathing. And then we'll inhale and come back. And just pause for a moment and notice where you're at. Sometimes we find depth in the pauses. All right, so just stay here for a moment. And then we'll come out of the pose. So we'll come onto all fours again. I'm going to move the blocks. And we'll make our way back to seated. So just turn to the side, and I'm going to swing my legs forward. And from here, let's just find a nice seat with the knees bent. It's nice to hold on here and feel that hip crease as you sit up. And then from there, let's just do a gentle curl back, curl back, curl back. Try not to use your hands very much, but you're supporting your spine and curling back. And then curl and come back up again. And we'll do that again. Inhale, curl back, pulling the belly in, and curling up. And then from here, see if you can sit up really tall. And we'll straighten the legs. And we're going to come into Paschimottanasana. So if you can't sit up when you straighten your legs, you could sit on a blanket or a block, or you could bend your knees a little bit and see if you can find it that way. And then from there, we're going to come into Paschimottanasana. So we're going to try and come deep into this forward bend. So if you wanted to, you could use a strap, or you could use your trusty little towel, or exercise bands work too. And you can loop it around your feet. And then from there, inhale, lengthen that low spine. And then see if you can start to keep that and straighten the legs. And breathe here. Just see where you can take it. Let's try that one more time. Bend the knees, get that low back engaged, and then straighten and see where you can go. Maybe your hands are here, but this is great. At some point, see if you can just release. So your hands could even be on the floor. So take a breath in and see if you can release. So we're breathing deeply. We're coming deep into the pose, but it's supported. You're going to a place that feels right in your body. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Take another breath. Go deep. Inhale and exhale. See if you can stay here and just breathe. Take a pause. Notice what's going on. Can you straighten your legs more? And now inhale, lengthen, and rising up. Hopefully that felt really good and deep. Forward bends are really great for letting go. So let's find a nice roll back now. So sitting up tall, taking a breath in. Exhale. If you can keep your legs straight, straighten them. But if you need to, you could be here. And as we come back, maybe you can straighten them, and you can hold on if you need to, or maybe you don't need to. But we're curling the spine, and we're coming all the way down to the floor. And once we're here, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees. And then from here, we're going to take a nice curl up into a bridge. So make sure the shoulders are nice and wide. The neck is long. And take a breath in, and then exhale. Let's articulate up. So by curling the low spine, we're engaging pelvic floor and under the butt muscles as you lift up. Lift up as high as you can. And then let's go ahead and reach the arms. And we're gonna let the spine unwind as you come down. So keep the butt curled under, sequencing that spine down, all the way down. And then let the arms come up. And we'll do that again. Inhale, exhale, curling, lifting, feeling the engagement under the butt. Now I'm feeling the back of the legs as I lift up. And once I'm up, I'm feeling the hip flexor stretch here. So much going on, so much depth. And then slowly curling to come down and reaching, trying to get the most out of this, and all the way down. And then from here, let's just take the feet together for a moment and Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees out. You can have your feet quite close or you could have them a little further away. Let's do a restorative pose here. So just reach your arms and then maybe close your eyes and notice, are your ribs poking out or can you pull them down? And you're trying to find a neutral low back as well. So if you feel tucked under, see if you can even that out. Find the natural arch in your low back and just close your eyes and notice what's going on. And then from here, we'll slowly start to bring everything in. And let's go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left knee. And we'll come in for our glute stretch. So just pulling in as best you can. Taking a breath, inhale. Exhale. And then we'll slowly let that come down. Take a breath in. Let's take the right foot over to the left. And take a moment. You can gaze over your right shoulder. Breathing. Inhale. Letting it come up. Let's go the other way. So now we're taking the right knee down to the right. And then maybe you want to gaze over that left shoulder. And gently with this right ankle, I'm allowing that length to happen. It's like a little weight on that left knee. And I feel that nice side stretch. And then we come back and we'll do the other side. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee and pulling in. Feeling the glutes on that left side. Nice stretch. And then we'll slowly release. And then take a breath in here and exhale. We'll go over to the right, taking the left foot to the floor. And then I gently change my gaze. And then inhale, letting it come up. And we'll go the other way. So letting everything come down to the left. And I'm gently using this left ankle just to create a little weight so I get a nice stretch on that right side. And then I'm going to take my gaze to the right. And then slowly letting everything come back. Let's just take a moment, draw the knees in. If you'd like to, you could curl up, pull the belly in, and then release into Shavasana. So let's go deep into Shavasana. So deeply inward, but let go of any physical tension. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. But I'm gonna go ahead and take us out. So just become aware of the breath. Slowly moving fingers and toes. And we can pull the knees up and roll over to your side. Take a moment here, pause. And then we'll come on up to seated. And just take a moment in this seat to notice, where are you in your body and maybe even in your mind, and go to that depth, that inner depth, and let that resonate into whatever you do. Namaste.